Good morning. All right, here it is, December 26th, in the wood yard, and drove past my bundle station and noticed that we were completely out of firewood. So we are going to load up some bundles, and these 9 cubic feet bags that we got from Schaefer Specialties, I believe. We're going to add those to our selection and see if we can't start selling a couple of these. Right there's the box of them. I figured I got a trial run. I believe there was 20 bags in there. Those are the only 2 I've got so far, but I'm gonna try them out. And all of this is bundle wood. All these crates have been sitting here just in stock, and I think we're gonna take probably somewhere around 30 up there. So give me a little bit. I've got to move some equipment this morning, and well, get some things loaded up and let's sell some firewood. Let me set this thing up somewhere right here. Alright, we're gonna switch over to the ditch witch. It's got a little bit better lifting capacity than the articulate loader. So these Ditch Witch 1550s are an absolute monster. Typically we run a branch manager grapple on here, and that's what we feed our chipper with. We run a Bandit 18 XP, and with that kind of machine, it takes another machine to maximize its full potential. So typically we run, you know, this grapple on there, but while it's here at the wood yard, set of pallet forks work wonderful because it's quick, it's small, it's nimble. I don't have to get into the Kubota, and this it makes things a lot easier. This, especially when you got a flatbed truck, you don't have to hook up to a dump trailers or flat deck trailers or landscape trailers or small dump trucks, and it's just easier, you know. It's faster to put in some manual labor than it is to mechanize everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to get loaded up. We're going to head to the firewood stand and unload some wood, sell some more. Well, we got it all unloaded and restocked, ready to go. So these bags, they're 9 cubic feet. You can handle them by hand. That's how I got them off the truck right there. I just picked them up, set them on the ground, and then slid them across. These are really good bags. You know, as far as storage, you know, you got the bulk bags, you've got the other bags, but as you can see, you know, there's no reason this stuff can't just continue on to dry. Good airflow. They got a nice cover on top. They you know, will repel some water. Yeah, it will, you know, puddle up, but it won't be near as bad as what it, you know, would be otherwise. And well, there we go. All the firewood is here. Right here's a little shack I built. I milled out a little bit of cedar for it, just logs that I had sitting around, and you know, it ain't got to be nice. I need to actually come back and put some more oil on the wood. It's starting to get kind of dry. Give it that color, that cedar, that color look, kind of like what's in here. Our wood cabin. But here's our IBC tote bulks. There's actually, I had I think a bundle or two get broke in the wood cabin, and I just come over here and put them right in here. Well, there it is. Let's go back and make some more fire starters. Guys, NTS, I am going to make that video that I was talking about on how we make our firewood starters. It's pretty generic. A lot of folks do it like this, but there's also a lot of other ways to do it. But we'll show you how we do it. So I keep my cedar chips come off of a planer. I get them in these big bags, these 50-gallon bags, as you see, but it's really easy for me to put it in this can. I can wheel it around, not worry about scratching up the floor. So I just take a tub, you know, not a big tub, but I just take a tub, put it like that. It just keeps me from having to bend over so much. I can sit down at the table and then scoop them in. So I've got these signs. I bought them years back, and they've just been sitting here in the garage. So what I have come to realize is that you can take 6 of these cups right here. Now I know there's multiples hanging out, but you can take 6 and they fit perfectly. I think I can do 40 that will fit on this tray right here, or on the sign. And doing it like that, I can carry it outside. It's got this lip on there that is allowing me to not drop it whenever it cools off. So I've got the wax. It's warming up. As you can see, it is still really cold. So I use soy wax. I bought it in 25 pound in a 25-pound bag. I just scoop it out with a solo cup, you know, as needed, let it melt down. Right here is our finished product. I'll bag them up in 6. The soy wax does a really good job of permeating. Am I saying that right? Permeating the paper cups. So it's completely waterproof. You can put it in your bucket of water, pull it out, put a lighter to it, and it'll set on fire. It allows it to burn a little bit longer. And so I put 6 in a bag primarily because that's the size bags that I just had sitting around the garage. So use what you got. So I bought this, and this I believe is a pancake mixer or pancake pouring utensil. You might know the right terminology, I don't. But so I bought this, the cups, they come in this box right here. I don't know if I ordered 1,500, it may say on the box, but I ordered quite a few of them, just because that's kind of my style. I don't really do anything halfway. It's kind of fault of mine, but it is what it is. But I bought this on Amazon. I think 80, 90 bucks, 25 bucks. I want to say 1,500 or 2,500, however many cups there are. I want to say maybe 40 bucks. That bag of wax, maybe, I want to say maybe $40. But I'll put a link in the description of everything that I used to do this. So what I do, now I'm one-handed right here, so bear with me. I just scoop it in there. I kind of pack it in a little bit. I do that a couple times just to try to get it really dense. Because I want it dense. That way it gives a little bit more burn time. But then I do it like that right there. And then once that's melted, I'll pour it in here. This whole thing will be filled up. And I'll just pour it in until I can see the wax go all the way to the bottom. Because if you don't, I'll show you. I got some of the first ones I made right here. If you don't do that, what'll happen is you'll get half wax, and then you still have a lot of loose, dry stuff sitting in there, and that's what I don't want. So I maybe consciously making a mistake by over pouring the wax, but I mean, in reality, you can see the residue. I just pick it off the cups, I put it back in here, remelt it, and reuse it. So it's not hurting my feelings to use a little bit of extra wax. So bear with me. I'll start getting some made up. I'll throw this in a time lapse, that way. So in total, to do 48, you know, just packing them in, Took 12 minutes. I forgot to hit the time lapse on this one. I was only going to do one, but so y'all can see the illustration purposes, I went ahead and did both. Got the time lapse on this one. And our wax is melted. I'm going to add some to that. And all I do, just a couple scoops. And a regular old solo cup, Dixie cup. And I know some people use paraffin wax, and some people add lamp oil into it to help with lighting. I don't do any of that because I want, my kids, I got 3 kids, I want them to partake in this, and my son he's got some allergies, so to play it on the safe side, that's why I went with, the kind of wax that I did here. So we'll let that sit and melt, and I'll get one more scoop. Why not? What's it gonna hurt? We'll let that melt, and then I'll show you the process of pouring it. And maybe this is something that y'all can do. I got some aluminum TIG and welding rod that I use to stir it up. Some people use ladles, some people, it don't matter what you use. This is what I got sitting out here. I've got an abundance of welding rods, and this one had been used and it wasn't long, so it worked out good. As you can see, I've got a couple pieces of cedar shavings in there. It's not gonna hurt nothing. It'll flow right out of that valve and right into one of these cups. So we're gonna let that melt, and then I'll show you the pouring process. All right, well, we're back. It might have been 5 minutes, maybe. And as you can see, it is completely melted. So if you bear with me, I'm going to try to do this one-handed, and as you see, it just pours right on out. I think this is a 20-ounce funnel. I think. I don't fill it all the way up because I don't really see that it's necessary, but I think it is a 28 ounce funnel. And then pours out a little fast at the beginning. Just go around the outsides and make sure that it goes all the way down the sides, and then I go to the center
add just a little bit more. So these are a little crooked in here, so it's kind of making it a little odd on the pores, wanting to run to one side. I don't really reckon it matters, but like I said, I try to be a little overly conscious on making sure that the wax goes all the way to the bottom. I think that's really why I go to the outside so much and then pour on the center. Let's take a seat. It may be that I do try to compact it in there a whole lot, and that could be the cause of some of the issues of why it wouldn't penetrate to the bottom of the cup. But I guess a little bit more wax really ain't gonna hurt nobody. After all, most likely you're burning this for the fun of it and not because you need it. About out of wax. I'm gonna set you up so I don't have to hold you anymore, and we'll find a good spot for you right here. Time for another refill. I see some people, they talk about getting 16 out of how much wax they use. Some people talk about, you know, a specific number per weight of wax. And as far as I'm concerned, I guess I'm too green at this, or too new to really have that kind of statistics down quite yet. I think this is about, so I apologize, we're having some technical difficulties. The battery on my camera is a little weak, and I didn't realize it was a little low on power. So I've got it hooked up to the charger right now, so it should last until, you know, we're finished here. I've actually got some more batteries on order waiting for them to come in. We'll try some of them Amazon batteries. I am still using an older GoPro Probably about 5 or 6 I guess you would say versions, renderings. It's a GoPro 7, so it's an older model, but it still works. I actually still have a GoPro 4 that works, but as you can imagine, I don't really use it much. So this is a pretty tedious part of the operation right here, and I'm sure I'm probably making it harder than it really has to be. But at the end of the day, if you're selling a product, well, you want to sell a good product because you want your customers to come back. You want them to be happy with it. And if you're not selling products that make customers happy, I don't think you'll be in business long. Could be wrong, but my theory has done pretty decent so far in keeping customers happy. So that's just what we're going to do. Even if it's just a little bit extra work, a little bit extra money, at the end of the day, it'll come back. So I've got a bunch of cedar right now, as you've seen, and I plan on going back to a woodworking guy and getting some hardwood. I'd like to have some actual sawdust instead of, you know, planer chips, because I'd like to do some comparisons on burn times and which one wicks up this wax a little bit better. The cedar is going to last me a while, so it may be a little bit before I do that. But that is something that's going to be involved in a video to come. We'll just have to stay tuned and wait for it, because I'm curious as well. I've seen videos where they've used I believe it was black locust sawdust, and I've seen oak. I've seen people use pine. A lot of people go to the store and buy bed shaving cedar, and while I could have done that, as far as buying it in bulk, you get more, and I would rather support, you know, the small guy working for himself than I would a box store. After this one, I think we're going to have to add some more wax to the pot here. And, seems to be pouring a little slow, so actually let's go up here. I tend to pour it just a little bit slower, that way it penetrates better without the air bubbles coming back up and filling up, because as you see, you pour it and it goes down, you pour it and it goes down. That cedar really soaks up this wax. Hopefully you can see in the video the wax going down the side of the cup, and you want to see it get dark all the way to the bottom side of the cup. That lets you know the wax penetrated all the way through all the cedar. You're going to get the maximum burn time that you know you're able to out of a 2-ounce cup full of cedar shaving. And when you're done, whatever's left in your little pot right here goes right back into the melter. Turn that off. And here you have, let's see here, I think 96 firewood starters. So what I was talking about earlier, hopefully you can tell. So the penetration of the wax in the cup, you want it to go all the way down, you know, and that's why I might be a little anal on the wax. I might overdo it a little bit, but like, here you go, you can see that was the first batch I did, and that's the one I just did. And I don't know if you can tell a difference in the colors. Let me get my thumb out of the way. You see how the bottom's so light right there? That lets you know that you didn't get full penetration on the bottom. So, may cause a little bit of extra wax, but I think it's a better product at the end. You can see I went a little heavy on some of them. I don't know if you can tell exactly in the video right there, but I'm okay with it. It cost me a couple extra dollars. As long as the customer's happy, I'm happy. That's all for this one. We'll see you on the next time, and remember, every stick is a BTU. Whether it's pine, oak, beech, walnut, I don't care. Every stick is a BTU.